And is this one of those times, can Tom Dwan get 3 streets of value out of this?
Well, he can get 2. It depends on whether Patrick's inclined to call him on the river. And it depends what comes. Queen of Diamonds could definitely shut this action off.
It definitely looks like he's going to bet there.
I think that's 2 black chips as well.
59.3. 58, sorry. 58, really.
58,300. Pot is $128,000. 58,000 back to Antonius. And Tom Dwan has such a knack of getting paid off with pretty marginal hands.
There's so many draws that could be in Tom Dwan's hand. Patrick Antonius is thinking there's a chance my 8's winning, and he's betting some kind of a draw. The diamonds are out there, spades are out there, so many straight draws. And Tom could just be firing on air. He's definitely got previous for that as well.
Patrick's got the black chips in his hand.
Is he thinking about a big re-raise here?
Well, if he does re-raise here, can Dwan take the heat? Of course, like you pointed out, 7-5 got there. Patrick Antonius down to 5 outs. He needs an 8 or a 9. Another monster pot between these 2 players. And what is going on in Patrick's head right here? Is he considering raising, you think?
I think he thinks if he's in front, it might be worth re-raising. He did it in the previous hand between these 2. But the difference then, he had position.
Does it make a difference that the last time they did this, Patrick had top pair and he only had second pair?
Of course, there's a lot more hands that could be beating him right now. His biggest problem is if Tom Dwan calls behind him, what does he do on the river? Well, he's eventually laid it down. It's a good pass from Patrick.
He was really close to raising. What? He was really close, he was really close to...
Very close to moving. But about 2 minutes ago, he folded.
To raise you? No, I don't think that's true.
No, it was
really looked like it to me.
Well, at the moment, the big chip stack is sitting in front of Phil Ivey. He's also in the profit lead as well and seems well on his way to that trophy. Can anyone catch him? We'll find out after the break.
This is the penultimate hand of the $1 million cash game. And does that change anything, Gary?
Well, some of the players who are stuck might be thinking this is a chance to get out of it. Some of the players who have already got what they want for the day, made enough money, they might be switching off a little.
I didn't know you guys were gun blind. I would have probably folded.
All the buttons in front of the professor. He's going to lay it down.
Wow, let me see. Oh, wait. We'll see how it would have did.
And the theme of this $1 million cash game, Tom Dwan raises, gets one caller.
It would have only been a 65 ball. 65 ball. It would have only been a 65 ball. You know, I'd check fold.
So far, you turn. I have 5 pretty strong, right?
What did you have?
I had 5 deuce. I didn't know. I would have folded it. What did you have? Queen 9 suited. What did you have?
Well, this is it, the final hand of the FullTiltPoker.net $1 million cash game. Phil Ivey's on the button, and he looks destined to be the big winner this year, as he was in season number 1 of the $1 Million Cash Game. He's up over $500,000.
Giving a chance to somebody to get a lot of chips. That will probably move on.
65,000.
Tom Dwan has nothing to be ashamed of course, the 22-year-old internet sensation.
Pass.
Not going to play the last hand.
We've got a couple of overstraddles in this pot, just to liven it up, give everyone a chance to gamble. Last hand,
Sure.
2,400 to play.
Cool.
2,400 from Gus. He just wants to gamble in this, the last hand. And that's what he's gambling with, the 7-4 of hearts. Patrick Antonius is finished. He's thrown his hand in.
Well, if you're going to gamble,
That's not a bad hand to finish with, the pocket threes. You catch a three, you might get a steamer trying to get out of it.
well, 4 ways. The last hand. Pot is $10,900. Action will be on Gus Hansen.
6, 10, 5.
Check.
Check.
No 3 for John.
Check.
In fact, not much for anyone.
Check.
6 for Phil Ivey. Mind you, an up and down straight for Gus.
The 3 diamonds out there. Whoever bets this one is probably going to take it down.
8,000.
Gus not even going to try to make an up and down straight with 3 diamonds on the board.
Pass.
And sure enough, our big winner takes down the last pot of the night. How fitting. He's won over $500,000. He's got $1.328 million in front of him. And he won the first hand, and he won the last hand. Only fitting. Phil Ivey, 2008 champion. And our final leaderboard here, Phil Ivey, our big winner, $1.3 million in front of him. He made over $500,000. Mike Matisow, $130,000 in the black. Don't forget about Eli Lesra. He made over $100,000. John Jawanda, plus $69,000. Howard Lederer, over $26,000 in that short time there. Gus Hansen gave away $40,000. Tom Dwan gave away $54,000. What a roller coaster ride for him. David Benjamin, talk about a roller coaster ride, down over $100,000. Patrick Antonius loses $171,000. And our big loser, he's not on the board. He's left the building. It's Phil Hellmuth. He's lost over $300,000.
Last season was an absolute roller coaster. Did you feel a bit more in control this time around?
Yeah, well, I was never stuck that much this season. Last season I was stuck $400,000 or $500,000, and I won that big pot against Patrick to get me back to even or small winner. And so this year I was never stuck a lot. I was always out in front, so I kind of just coasted along, and was fortunate enough to win the big hands.
I had a great time. These guys had a great time. Everybody had fun needling everybody. I didn't want to just be the one needling Phil, because I was just trying to have fun with everybody. But you just can't help himself when Phil just says what he says. He opens himself up to get needled,
I'm happy I didn't get hurt. I could have got hurt if I would have just got involved with more big pots, and since I never had anything. So next time I'm trying to do better, but yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Tom, you are the up-and-coming prodigy in world poker. How much have you enjoyed your stint at the table with some of the more established names?
It was a surprisingly fun game, actually. I've played with most of the guys there a bunch before, live and online. But most of the TV cash games I played on before weren't anywhere near as entertaining. The combination of the way the seats were set up, the hands that got dealt, just the mood everyone was in, and the fact that there was a lot of money on the table made for a ton of really interesting hands.
Obviously, if you don't play well against a lineup of this caliber, you're going to lose. Like I said, I played fairly tight, so it was just a small swing for me. I lost $40,000. Of course, it's much more fun to win, but I'll be feeling a little better next time around, and I'm planning to be in the winner's column.
Despite the hit to your chip stack, though, has it been a blast playing with these guys?
It's always fun. I've known these guys for a long time. Obviously all very strong players, and especially I think it's fun to take Phil Ivey's money, but this time around He took everybody else's money, so I'll have to wait for next time.
Well, this brings to an end what has been a fantastic cash game. But from a world-class field of 12, our champion has emerged with a profit of over $500,000. The Season 3 trophy winner is Phil Ivey, and I'd like to introduce Barry Mundy, the cash game director, to make the presentation. Barry.
Phil, congratulations. Well
Thank
done.
you.